What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about the Brotherhood of all teams. Yes, and why are we talking about the Brotherhood? Because someone the other day, some content creator, disrespected Magneto, and that kind of pisses me off. I don't know what he has against the Jewish people, if he is a Holocaust denier or something like that. I know that he likes Zemo and the other Nazis, so maybe that's why he doesn't like Magneto. But yeah, it kind of pissed me off because he said you should not invest on Magneto because he's trashed here, the whole Brotherhood is trashed here. And in this video we are going to take a look at the Brotherhood and see that they are definitely not trashed here. So like always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content and make sure you smash that like button. Okay, so let's talk about our favorite Jewish person, Magneto, and the Brotherhood. So this team is remarkably good. You guys, if you guys have following me for a while, and you guys have seen me using the Brotherhood on Avengers Tower against multiple enemies, you can definitely not say that they are trash. You can definitely not say that they are not worth the investment. Especially if you can invest in them around Gear Tier 14, which all my characters right now are at Gear Tier 14, level 75, that's fine. They can cheese out a lot of teams, really a lot of teams. So some of the teams that you can cheese with the Brotherhood is the New Warriors. Yes, the New Warriors, Cloak, Dagger and Deathpool. Other team that you can cheese also with the Brotherhood is the Dark Hunters. You can apply blind to them, you can apply tons and tons of bleeds to them, slows and also heal blocks and so on, and you get rid of them. Other team that you have seen probably me using against on Cosmic Crucible is Brotherhood against the Web Warriors. Depending on the characters that you are using, you can make different counters, and this is something amazing against the Brotherhood, is that with only Magneto and one or two of the members, you can make very solid counters against the different teams. So for example, you can also use the Brotherhood together with Doctor Doom in order to defeat the Astonishing X-Men. This was something very common in the past. So based on all these, you cannot say that the Brotherhood is trash. You cannot say that the Brotherhood is not worth the investment. Something I also did in Avengers Tower was using 3 members of the Brotherhood. You always need Magneto, and then you need 2 other characters depending on the enemies that you are facing. And I used Doctor Doom and OG Spider-Man. OG Spider-Man goes, applies defense down and slow for everyone, and then Doctor Doom goes, does his ultimate and explodes everyone. So you can see that the theory crafting potential of this team is quite amazing, and because of the abilities of Magneto being unavoidable, the ultimate and the special, that gives him huge value. And placing everyone together, if you have like characters that apply, you can also use, for example, the Brotherhood and New Warriors, Cloak, Dagger and Deathpool, and apply like tons of bleeds or apply some kind of negative effects to the enemies, and then you can spread to everyone because they are all in the center. This was something very common in the past. In Arena, you could use the Brotherhood together with Venom and Ant-Man of all characters. Ant-Man would apply 2 turns ability block, and then with Venom you'd spread all those ability blocks for everyone. So it's definitely a team that should get some investment because it opens so many doors. And now we are going to take a look at one door that probably no one thought about it. You can counter the Darkhold with the Brotherhood. Yes, you can counter the Darkhold with the Brotherhood. This is going to it's going to require some other additional members, of course. It's not full Brotherhood, but it's possible. And if it's possible, it's good to have these tools in at your disposal, so you can use whenever it's necessary. So let's take a look at this amazing situation. I didn't create this. I actually had this being used against me on Cosmic Crucible like 2 weeks ago, and that's when I became aware of this situation. and now I'm sharing with you guys. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so this is the team that we are going to use. We have the Blob, we have Toad, and we have Magneto. These are going to be our core from the Brotherhood, and they are going to enable Kestrel and Dormammu to defeat the Darkhold. Now we are going to take a look at the small Darkhold. This was the smallest I could find on my alliance, and this was just to try it out to see how this strategy exactly works. Once again, I have no idea who came up with this strategy. I know it has been around for at least 3 weeks, but I don't know who came up with this idea. If you guys know, let me know in the comments below, and after I will put a credit on the description. But yeah, so Magneto, Blob, Toad, Kestrel and Dormammu. Yes, it requires Dormammu, unfortunately, but there are kind of 4,000 or 5,000 Dormammus in the wild, so this is going to become more and more common. And once again, it's something that you might be able to use on the next Avengers Tower. So let's take a look at that. Once again, this is the weakest Darkhold that I could find on my alliance. After, we are going to take a look at a bigger one and see if it works or not. So let's take a look into it. We are going to clearly abuse of Kestrel's passive, of course. So let's see. I think this was my first try on this, so let's see how it goes. We are not able to use Toad ultimate, but we are able to use his basic. His basic applies slow and offense down. That's becoming convenient. And Morgan Le Fay, I told this many times. Morgan Le Fay, she is very susceptible to blinds. If you can apply blinds to Morgan Le Fay, you are going to have a very easy time. Okay, so you can see she used her special, and everyone went before her because of the slow, and now all of them have defense down except Strange Supreme. So if you can get rid of them, that will be great. Okay, so we are stuck behind the taunt, but that's not a problem because we can still poke through the defense down. And this is probably the worst case scenario. If the Darkhold are just way too weak, they will go below 50% way too fast, and that's not super convenient. So let's see if we're actually going to be able to do this or not. We have Toad, now we can use the ultimate or the special. I decided to use the special to extend the stun. That's another cool thing about Toad. And here I use the ultimate from Kestrel. It's dumb. He has safeguard, it doesn't do anything, but we should have used the basic to spread the defense downs. But that's cool. As you can see, if the Darkhold is small, it works. So now let's take a look at the big Darkhold and see if it also works. Okay, so we took a look at probably the smallest Darkhold on my alliance. Now we are going to take a look at one of the biggest. We have 3 characters with teal gear. I think Morgan Le Fay has 7 yellow stars and 5 red. And Agatha Harkness and Strange Supreme, they have both 6 yellow stars, 6 red stars. Scarlet Witch, she has only gear tier 12, but she's not important. And as you can see, Wong, gear tier 15. Okay, so let's get started. Let's see if it's going to work. It worked with a small Darkhold, and that's fine, that's great. But if it's going to work with a big Darkhold, that's going to be a huge deal. And once again, if we can use this for Avengers Tower, that's going to be quite amazing. Okay, so let's take a look. They all start with the defense up once again. Toad has a nice amount of focus, so even at gear tier 14 is able to apply slow, maybe offense down to Morgan Le Fay. And this is my 3rd match, not a lot of experience, and I didn't play it properly. So as you can see, Morgan Le Fay got into the corner, and that's terrible. That's definitely not what we want, because she doesn't have the blind. Is that going to be a problem? Let's see, let's find out if it's going to work when everything goes wrong or not. Because if it works when everything goes wrong, then we can definitely take advantage of this ability. Now, what matters is to have the biggest amount of characters next to Wong. So what I should have done in this situation, where Wong and Morgan Le Fay were on different corners, is to make sure that I attack the center and not the edges. Okay, so we applied the stun with Wong. That will stop all those retaliations. We are going to extend the stun with Toad once again. And we have a bunch of defense down, so this time, instead of using the ultimate like I did last time, and of course it was wrong, I'm using the basic. And now with the blob we have a 5-star frog splash, and Kestrel keeps pinging them. She keeps pinging them, and that's going to be the way of defeating this team. Of course, this is full Darkhold. This is not Darkhold. Darkhold is Darkhold with Dormammu. This is full OG Darkhold, and you can see that this Morgan Le Fay, very annoying with Striker Isolate. She did tons and tons of damage to my Dormammu. And here I should have went after Agatha. Maybe I could one-shot her with the ultimate from Kestrel. And now we are down to the last two characters. So is Kestrel and Dormammu going to be able to finish off these three members of the Darkhold? If they can, that's going to be quite amazing. So we force Wong to go on stealth, and now we have only Morgan Le Fay. We only have one vulnerability left. Once again, she's Striker, so she's going to do tons and tons of damage with her basic. And now with Kestrel, we give her special with the defense up and speed up. She steals those positive effects, which is super dangerous, but Kestrel and Dormammu were able to finish it off. Okay guys, so as you saw, the Brotherhood is definitely no joke. Depending on which characters you are using, you can counter different teams. The most common ones that I've been using lately, it's counter the New Warriors, counter the Dark Hunters, and also counter the Web Warriors. All of this in Cosmic Crucible. But once again, you can use this team on Avengers Tower. I cleared many high floors, 70 plus, with the Brotherhood together with Doctor Doom and OG Spider-Man. And now we have a very solid counter against the Darkhold. Even when everything went wrong, and you saw two different scenarios where everything went wrong, and the characters were pretty beefy, they were able to help Kestrel and Dormammu to finish off a full Darkhold. So that's going to be the video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and if you found the information helpful, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.